Welcome to HEA's Hypno Connect, the podcast by the Hypnosis Education Association. Real conversations, expert insights, and meaningful connection. Brought to you by HypnoBiz in a Box, the ultimate all-in-one hypnosis business platform. Let's get to it. We're excited to introduce Caryn Bird, performance mindset expert, ICB CH certified hypnosis instructor, and CEO of Win with Hypnosis, as our guest on HEA's Hypno Connect. Caryn is an international speaker and trainer who has dedicated her career to helping hypnotists and high performers achieve success. Through her attitude of a champion protocol, Caryn coaches hypnotists around the world to become game-changing performance mindset experts. She is also a leading mindset expert who works with athletes to help them tap into their mental toughness and self-belief. In her presentation, 5X Your Clients the Easy Way, Caryn will share her proven formula for growing your hypnosis business with ease. If you've ever struggled to get clients or wondered how to streamline your operations, this session is for you. Caryn will help you uncover what's been holding you back and teach you how to attract the right clients, those who help you earn more, refer others, and make running your business enjoyable again. We'll let Caryn take over here in just a moment, but for now, your hosts for Hypno Connect, your HEA President, Melanie McCool, and HEA's Vice President, yours truly, Sean Bray.
Well, yeah, all right, here we go, we're here. We're doing it. We're live.
Yes, we are.
On the Hypno Connect.
And I am so excited for your topic today, Caryn. I am all about business and all about helping hypnotists to earn the money they deserve for the profound work that we do. So I'm really excited for what you bring to the table today.
Good. Thank you for having me. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for having me and thank you for creating this organization. I was just thinking the other day, I went to there's a doctor's office in our town, and it's an office of independent doctors, physical therapists. There's an acupuncturist there. And I am going to start seeing clients there. And I thought I can get more clients because they'll give me referrals for all things hypnosis. And when the man that is managing it only knows about doctors, his question was, do you guys have like a licensing? What's your license number? And started asking those questions. And a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago even, I would have possibly winced at that and thought, no, there's no regulation, all of it. And I am very confident these days with these organizations and the professionalism of hypnosis in our industry lately that I could just say, you know, we don't have a lot of regulation and we have some really great certifications and organizations that back us. And so you are one of them. And I want to say thank you very, very much for all you have done in our community.
Oh,
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I just want to just make sure that everybody knows that we did not found the organization.
no, this started
It's
back
a
in
20
1998.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Just so you know, we are the
Yeah, I
president
didn't
and
know
vice
that.
president. Yeah, absolutely. Not
Yeah, I think
founders.
it's a not-for-profit that was
Not-for-profit.
started, 26 years ago by some very cool peeps that recently, decided they needed to,
Well,
turn the reins over.
In fact, a couple of my instructors, people who have given me certifications or made me a certified master trainer, or have been past presidents and of the organization. And last year they said, would you be president and vice president?
That was specifically Patricia Scott.
That was,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Awesome.
but Michael Watson and Patricia Scott, they've been presidents over time, and here we are today. Just wanted to clarify so that nobody thinks
Well,
that
good,
I
yeah.
actually founded this thing, because that would be a
Right.
lot. Thanks. Very cool.
Yes, for
Welcome.
taking it over and
Yeah.
So thank you. All right, I'm going to talk about the 5 ways. I actually have 10, but 5 ways, because as I was putting this together, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's all kinds of ways. I'll get through as many as I can, but 5 ways to 5X your business. And there's lots of different ways, but when I talk to any hypnotist and hypnotherapist, which I have interviewed and polled hundreds and hundreds, because as most of you know, I have a program called Attitude of a Champion, which is a program that is an online course that teaches and mentors hypnotists how to work with athletes and high performers. So I have pulled many, many, many about what it is that I can help you do to help you have a successful business too. Because I truly believe that the more successful you are, the more successful our industry is. And I see that happening every day. And the answer I always get is, I need help getting more clients. I need help getting more clients, right? I know how to do hypnosis. I'm confident doing hypnosis, but I need to get more clients. So we're going to talk a little bit about what does that look like and how to do that. And it really is mostly about having a good practice and being good at what you do. And what I have learned, it is so much about referrals. And the better you are and the more genuine you are, and the more clients you get and the more referrals you get. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and what does it look like and what are the pieces of a successful hypnosis business. And this is for anybody, if you're a newer hypnotist or if you've been in the industry for a while. It really is a business that we can make a lot of money at when we are working it and when we are basically getting the clients in the doors, right? Because like I tell everybody is most of us that are making a significant amount of money are seeing clients part-time. Yes, there's other pieces of the business, but I am not seeing clients 40, 50 hours a week. And yet I still have a very good, steady income with the clients that I'm seeing and have time to do all the other pieces of business that we do. So a little bit about who I am. My name is Caryn Bird, and I have been a hypnotist for over 20 years. I was part-time for quite a while as I was learning the field and raising foster girls and raising my boys. And I started out with hypnobirthing and became a hypnobirthing practitioner. And then I started seeing clients and mostly athletes. The reason I started seeing athletes is because we had 3 sons that were elite athletes and very good. And my husband at the time was a collegiate wrestler and then a coach. So he said, why aren't you seeing athletes? I saw one when I was in college. I remember getting a cassette tape. It changed my mindset. I don't remember what the heck he did with me, but I would help you. So we started working with athletes and I started putting together a system, which we're going to talk a little bit about systems, on exactly what I did with every single athlete every single time. I find that is one of the keys of our business is sticking with a program. And yes, you know, we can move things around, but right. But what I know is that in the beginning, I had taken so many courses and so many certifications, I called the certification train, that I didn't know what to do one. And I remember with every single client, I would study for 3, 4, 5 hours. Like, what am I going to use? Should I use this? Can I use that? Because there's so many different amazing techniques and modalities that we can use in our business. But when we have a structured program and some idea of what we're going to do with each type of client, it really helps to make our business streamlined and easy. And I truly am under the belief that we get to make it easy, right? Because the harder we make it, the more we resist it. So it gets to be easy, which I believe that if you have, you know, finding a coach or a mentor or someone that has been in the industry for a while, if they're offering a certain program that you're interested in or a certain thing that you want to do, is find out what they do with each session, find out what their structure is, and that can help you structure your systems. I know when I started working with weight loss, I got Sheila Granger's program on gastric band. It was super helpful. Do I do it by the T, every single thing? No. But is it incredibly helpful for me to have a structure and know what to do with a weight loss client? So, you know, again, I work with athletes. I have a structure with my program, and I would highly encourage anyone that is newer or feel like they're floundering to find a program for whatever it is that you want to work with and create a structure. So yeah, I've been in the industry for 20 years. I started working with athletes, had a lot of success with athletes, see clients for everything else. Created the Attitude to Champion program, which was something that I created because I already had a structure and I thought, why not teach other hypnotists to work with athletes and be successful too? Because my goal was that when I got out there, I wanted as many athletes to have that mental toughness and confidence that my oldest son had. He was an incredible wrestler, and he was national champs and state champ and believed in himself like nobody's business. A lot of my program is structured from the mental toughness techniques that I learned from him. And so I created the Attitude of a Champion. And as William knows, I see that William is here. He was the first conference that I went to. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too, in collaboration, and how important that is in this field, to be on things like this, to go to conferences and to collaborate with others that are in the industry that you can bounce things off of. I believe I have a buddy that I connect with every single week, and we talk business, and it's incredibly helpful for us, both of us. Hi, Matt. That just joined us. All right. So thank you, William, for being here. And William has a conference coming up in April, the Heartland Hypnosis Conference, and I will be the keynote speaker there. So I'm very, very excited about it. I've been there for, yeah, thanks, 5 or 6 years. And William was the first one that said to me, hey, why don't you come and speak? And that started my career of the Attitude of a Champion program, and then feeling confident to be a presenter. So I wanted to acknowledge that. I just recently got up a call, actually about 15 minutes ago, with an athlete who is a baseball player in college. And we're going to talk a little bit about referrals, because so much of my business is referral based. He ended up finding me because I worked with an Olympic athlete that his family told them about me. He's somewhere else in the country. And it's because I have a program that they were talking about, and then that's how others find us. So referrals, super duper important. I also wanted to let you know that I did write a book about hypnosis niche, it's called, and that is, let me grab it for you really quick and see if I can get it. Oh, can I share the screen real quickly?
Go for it. Yes.
Awesome. All right, let's see if I can get it up here. Share. There we go. All right, so I want to go here. Okay, here it is. Here's the book. I want to give you the link, which I will put in the chat right now. Let's see if I can do this. Okay.
You can do it. You can do it.
Here it is. All right. Copy link. Okay, I will put that in the chat. And that is a book that I wrote on the power of niching and how important niching is for your business. And I am obviously the massive advocate for it, because when I started niching with my clients, that's when I became known as the sports hypnotist and the expert in it. And that's how people find me. And I truly believe that we can see clients for everything. It's just that they find us that way. They find us that way on Google. They find us that way on the web. I have so many athletes that come to me from all over, and I'll say, how did you find me? And they will say, I Googled and I found you. And that is so important, to have something that you are known for, and you can still see clients for everything else. So this book talks a little bit about my journey and when I started niching and how that worked out for me. So there you have that, if you would like that. So I am curious, how long all of you have been in this business? So it's gonna tailor a little bit of what I'm doing. So if you have been in this business 5 years, raise your hand. You can do physical or digital. Okay, awesome. All right. If you've been in the business less than 5 years, raise your hand. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Sean. Okay. How about 10 years or so? 5 to 10 years. All right. 10 to 15. Wow. All right. We have a lot of seasons one here. How about 15 to 20? Yeah.
Is Bruce on here?
No.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, you guys.
Awesome.
And I have to say, a lot of people get into this industry and then they fall out. So a lot of us that have been in it for a long time, kudos to you, because you have to be an entrepreneur, right? You can't just know how to do hypnosis.
Totally.
It's important that we know how to be entrepreneurs also. So congratulations for being in here that long. All right, 5 ways to 5X. I'm going to start with the first one, and that is elevator speech. Who are you? Who are you? I remember for the first 10 years, maybe 5 years of my business, someone would say, what do you do? And my comment was, I'm a hypnotist, or I am a hypnotherapist. And then I would get the notorious, always, can you make me cluck like a chicken? And it was so frustrating to me. And I would say, no, I'm not going to make you cluck like a chicken now. But what I learned is that when I started with the elevator speech and I told people how I could help them, they started asking questions. So the first thing is I help athletes get the confidence and mental toughness that they sometimes don't have. So, or I use hypnosis to help athletes get their confidence and mental toughness and reduce performance anxiety, whatever it is, you know, I say it differently every time. So I would love to know, I'm a little bit curious what your elevator speeches are, because I feel like when we share, we can help others also. So does anyone want to share what they say when someone says, what do you do?
Well, I'm the entrepreneur's hypnotherapist, and I help entrepreneurs earn more with less work so that they can achieve their dreams without ever burning out.
I love it. I love it. Anyone else? Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Caryn.
Hi.
Yeah. Mine's very specific. It's one that I use at networking events, and it's my name's Matt Dixon. I'm a hypnotherapist and yoga teacher, and I'm looking for an introduction to salespeople, entrepreneurs, and business owners who are afraid to ask for money or who don't want to do their cold calls. And then I say, I'm not going to coach you. You already know what to do. You don't know why you're not doing it. Which means you have a subconscious problem, and that's where I come in.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? William, go ahead.
Well, I always tell people, there are many uses of hypnosis, but I specialize in habit control, which primarily is like stop smoking, weight loss, that type of thing. And certainly there are things you can use it for, but I really focus on those areas, and people they very quickly can make sense of that. And then they're less afraid of me because they're thinking, well, that can't be too bad if it's weight loss or stop smoking, but I think that having a niche, like you said, is so important.
Yeah. Thank you. Good. All right. Ready? Good. Okay. All right. I just noticed we don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm going to have to go through this pretty quickly. All right. So elevator speech, super important. If you don't have one, you can Google. Now AI can do everything for us. So AI, how to write an elevator speech for a hypnotist, right? So, all right. So that's the first one. The second one I would definitely say is collaborate with others in our field.
Yes.
And open yourself up to it. Super duper important. I've been in this 20 years, and I know in the beginning I lone wolfed it all the time. I didn't even know what collaboration was in this business. I didn't know who to reach out to. The only people I found in the internet were like the big popular hypnotists that I was afraid of. And now with the conferences and these Zooms, and since we started doing these Zooms, there's so many opportunities for us to meet with others, reach out to others, ask for support. Like I said, a buddy system. If you can connect with somebody once a week and just talk about what you're doing with your business has been super powerful for me. And I know that everyone that is in my Attitude of a Champion course, they all get a buddy, and they practice with their buddy, and they have accountability with their buddy, and they have stretches with their buddy. And that's what helps us grow. So collaboration in this business, especially because we're all lone wolves, right? We're all in this, we feel like we're in this by ourselves, that solopreneur thing. So collaboration, go to the conferences, meet people, and get out there, because that has been huge for my business. All right, discovery calls, really, really important. I've been meaning to for a really long time now, record myself when I get on a discovery call with someone, because discovery calls are the key to getting clients. I have about an 80%, at least 80%, if not more, conversion rate from a discovery call to the first session. We're going to talk about streamlining your business, but what I find is I will book a discovery call. They will call me. It's the easiest thing. I give them my phone number, tell them to call me. They schedule it out, and then they will call me and I'll pick up the phone. I can be doing anything. I can be making dinner. I can be taking a walk, and I will just talk to them about what it is that, I can help them with. And it depends on what it is. But what I find with the discovery call is, as we all know, what our job is, right, is to give people hope. And I just wanted to give you a little bit about what I say on a discovery call, because some people are like, what do you say? So I just I tell them that I create a personal program for them, and I will create a personal audio for them in the end for them to keep. I let them know that what I'm going to do with them in the sessions is I'm going to break down with them what is not working in their life and help them find out what does work in their life so they can create a better version of themselves. We're going to talk about what's keeping you stuck, what's holding you back, and how you can find and what's holding you back from your best potential, from reaching your goals. And by the time we're finished working together, you're going to be able to step into that version of you that you really want to be. And you're going to show up differently in the world. Now, that's what I would say to someone that calls me about, maybe they're going through stress or they want to do something as an entrepreneur. When I talk with athletes, I tell them about the exact things that I'm going to do in their 4 sessions. I always make sure that they know they're going to get a personalized audio. And I make sure that they know, a little bit about the structure. And because I also ask them if you know anything about hypnosis, right? Because that's always the big question. Let me tell you a little more. But what I find is when I can tell someone, let's say they're coming from weight loss, that I'm going to help you figure out what's holding you back, what's keeping you from losing weight, the things that are keeping you stuck, and I'm going to help you create that new version of you so that you can step into that person. And we're going to do this using hypnosis techniques and many of the other techniques. That's exactly what they need to hear. And that's all it is instilling hope in them, right? So I have a document, I'm going to share it again for you, that is a little bit about what I say during a discovery call so that you can use it if you'd like in what you do. All right. Third thing was help them see the version of them that they're meant to be. Be good at what you do, I guess is what the next one is when you are good at what you do, your business does become all referral. And I have found that, I did social media for a long time. Honestly, I can tell you that I have not done social media in a while, and it has not changed my business at all. Yes, it helps. But like I tell all of my mentees, is these days, what I'm finding is you can't build a business behind a computer. It is really about getting results with your clients and the clients telling everybody else. And then also the self-promotion was a huge one for me. Is I had to work through that. There's a lot of things in the last, I would say 20 years that I've worked through. And one of those is self-promotion because it felt salesy. It didn't feel comfortable. I didn't like to go out there and tell people that I could help them or what I did. And what I learned is that as I started getting out there and networking and telling people how I could help them and really did step into the self-promotion, that's when they started asking the questions. And then that's when I started getting the clients. And then from there, it was all about referrals. So self-promotion, a really big one. I know it feels icky to a lot of us that are empaths, that are helpers, but it is super duper important to build our businesses when we go out there. Is remember, like, this is a tool that we have that I believe is magic. I believe it's golden. And it's really not about selling anything. It's about telling other people what we can do to help them. And when you're always focusing out, you're not focusing in. I remember that I learned in one of my leadership courses that when I'm worried about how I look or what other people think about me or how I'm going to show up, I'm actually focused in. And that's a selfish thing, right? It's about me. What do they think about me? But when I'm truly focused out, whether I'm working with my client or I'm out in the community telling others what I do, as I focus out, I'm not worried about what I look like because I'm focusing out on how I can help them. And again, and you guys all know this, I'm sure most of you know this because you've been in this business for a long time. It always shocks me how many people I have come to me and say, I have been seeing a therapist for years and years and years, and it is not working, and I need something else. And they turn to us, right? And so we have this magic tool that I tell them, like, I wish every therapist used hypnosis. I wish every psychologist used hypnosis. It's really a tool that we can use to help you get faster and further than you've ever been. And that's exactly what we do. So why not share that with everybody that we talk to? And that's exactly what I did when I went to this doctor's office and said, hey, look, I've been working virtual since COVID. My son died about 4.5 years ago. And what I'm realizing is in a motorcycle accident, what I'm realizing is that I hid for a long time. I didn't hide virtually because I was okay being behind a computer with other people around the world. But at the same time, I went through a divorce, and my husband was a very well-known business person in the community that everybody knew, that was involved in everything. And I was his wife. I wasn't a hypnotist. I wasn't an entrepreneur. I was his wife. And when my son passed away and we went through the divorce that same exact year, because I had literally decided that it was not a marriage that was healthy for me, 10 days before he died in the motorcycle accident, that whole year was going through that. And it was a year of healing. It was a year, and I hid because I didn't want somebody to say anything about my son. I couldn't handle the questions. I didn't want to be out there and say, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to hear what happened with your marriage. And so it took me 4 years up until now to be ready to get back out in the community as Caryn Bird, me, not his wife and not the mom that her son died. And so I went to the doctor's office and I said, look, I'm ready to get out in the community again. I'm ready to not do all virtual sessions. I'm kind of sick of being behind my computer all the time and in my house and wearing my sweatpants as I see clients. And he just started asking questions like, how do you help people and what do you do? And I just answered the questions exactly like I said. And he's like, you know what? We could use someone like that in this office. And he was so excited to welcome me. So again, get out in the community and share your gifts because so many people need us in this world.
I'd like to add to that real quick.
Yeah.
That it's a responsibility, really. I feel that way, that, those of us that, we want to help, right? And then we find hypnosis and we know it's a key to a lot of change work, a lot of freedom, a lot of, all these things that help release people. So I kind of look at it like, you've learned this stuff. You've got the certification, for crying out loud. It's your responsibility to go out there and share what it is that you can do to help. Who else is going to tell them other than you?
Right.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
Us are going to still go back through the same old, what takes forever and never does anything paths. So yeah, you're the change worker.
Yeah.
Be loud and proud about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. All right.
I might mention
Go ahead, Mike.
Caryn's
Go ahead.
keynote at Heartland is about being a change maker.
It is.
Oh, is it? Is that the words?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
See, I didn't even know, but I do know.
It's the
Awesome.
10-year anniversary and we're talking about being change makers.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Oh, what am I talking about? Wait.
All right. All right. So the other thing was ask. We all know that most of us here are supporters. Most of us in this business are supporters. We want to help people. What can I do for you? What I learned, and I didn't learn this until I got more successful in the business and started my personal growth, emotional intelligence courses that I went through, is supporters put themselves last. We just do. Right. And some of us are not supporters, but a lot in this industry are. And so we don't like to ask people to help us. We don't like to ask for support. We want to do it all ourselves and we want to help everyone else. And when we don't ask for support and we aren't afraid to let others support us, again, not allowing someone else to support us, our business doesn't grow. So what I found is when I started asking for testimonials, I started saying in all the sessions, my first question I always ask is, what are your wins? What has changed? What are your aha moments since the last time I saw you? Yep. And I'll say, tell me 3 things. And if it's an athlete, I will ask them to tell me 3 things they see that has changed in themselves. Is it confidence, or are they shooting baskets better, or whatever it is? And so instead of saying this didn't work or that didn't work, it's always telling me their wins. And as they're starting to tell me the wins, especially near the end of our sessions, I'll say, hold on just a sec. Is it okay if I record this? That was really hard for me to do. But the more I did it, the more I realized they are okay with it. They don't always want to do it, but they'll do it for you. Those video testimonials are super important. So get the testimonials, ask for it. The worst they can say is no, right? Put those up on Google. You can put on your Google page. So anyone that doesn't have a Google business, get a Google business.
Yesterday.
Super important. I get so many clients from people Googling me, hypnotist near me. And, you know, and some of them are clients that I'll refer out, but still I get those calls, right? So you can put those videos and those testimonials on your Google business page, change out your pictures, change your testimonials. That's what keeps bringing it up on that logarithm. So put those testimonials on there, put it on Google, change the pics, videos. What else? Ask for referrals. Ask your clients, who else do you know that could use this? When I see an athlete, I never let an athlete go without saying, who else on your team could possibly use this mindset training, right? Of course, they want their team to be better. And they'll tell me, and I'll say, hey, if you want to send me their information, I'll just give them a shout out. And on top of that, when you do a refresher session, I will give you a $20 discount on it. And of course, they're happy to refer. So ask for referrals, ask who they know could use it. Ask if they know anyone else in their life that's a smoker that you can help stop smoking and change their life. So yeah, get out there, tell us what you do. Google business reviews. Oh, follow up. Follow up.
Yeah,
is
I'm just
super-
gonna pause there for a second though, because I heard you said something earlier. You said be really good at what you do. Like really love on that client and really be excellent at your craft, and the referrals will follow you. And
Yes.
I'm only at this since 2018, and I now have like 3 and 4 level referrals going on.
Yeah.
So that feels so darn good, because when I think about, oh my gosh, I've been referred to who actually came from, and the different issues those people were dealing with too. Just not all in the same bent, though obviously entrepreneurs are my thing. But when you really niche and you get to be excellent at helping somebody, to take them from where they're suffering to a massive transformation in such a short amount of time, the referrals, you can't help but get them. So
Right.
just gonna
Right.
re-emphasize what she said earlier.
Yes, and that brings me to, I forgot to bring this up. Let's see. I just received this actually today, and I know a lot of us receive these, but these I love. I got a text from a client, and I don't usually get texts, I usually get emails, but she just was so excited, and she said, I'm so grateful and blessed for you helping me, as you are the puzzle piece I've been waiting for. And I said, thank you, that makes my heart sing. You made my day. And she said, so glad our hearts are both singing on this beautiful day. I've waited a long moment for the, I've waited a long time for this moment. Thanks again. And those are, right, those are golden. So this is something that I will definitely hold on to and post on social media. I'll ask her permission. Can I post it? And they usually say yes, but you know, those are the things, like we can change people's lives. She came to me with high blood pressure. And she said, you know, the acupuncturist in town said that she's been working on me and she really feels it's something that I'm holding on to, but I don't really know what the heck that means. I'm willing to try anything at this point. Can you help me with my high blood pressure? And I said, sure, I can help you with your high blood pressure, right? So there's all kinds of things that we can do. And we did a 6-session program. And this was after the second session. And it really was about asking the right questions and finding out when it started, what's holding her back. Just like I said, like what's holding you back, what's keeping you stuck, when did it start? What does the new version of you look like? And then how do we get in between that? And she sent me that text and it was just beautiful. So,
Yay.
you know, there's that text that keep us going, right? That when we make these changes, and she's going to tell everybody about it because her blood pressure is no normal. And we can do that kind of thing. I mean, you guys know this, right? Like even the physical stuff we can help. I had a guy come with restless leg syndrome, and had been to doctor after doctor after doctor. And he said, can you help me with my restless leg syndrome? And if you guys are anything about like me, I'll say, of course I can help you. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, dang, I hope this works. Dang, I hope this works. Because there's this little piece of me that's like, is this physical? Or And
Yeah.
yet we work our magic. And he came back to me, I think it was after that first session, and he said, I am amazed and shocked. I cannot believe that my legs are not doing that anymore. Like, how does that work? And I would say, I really don't know how it works. I know it just
No,
works,
I just got toolbox. I use a toolbox. It works. It's
right?
magic. No,
Exactly.
totally.
Exactly. And so of
Okay.
course he tells everyone else about it, right? So it really is just about getting that change and sharing from your heart. And when you share from your heart, there are so many different tools and techniques that you can use, but it's about really asking the right questions and then helping them get the change that they're looking for. Okay, follow-up. I did want to talk about the follow-up sequence. So who here has an email follow-up sequence that they send to their clients? A couple of you. Yeah. I'll tell you, that was a game changer for me. Why? Because what I realized is that personal attention is super important. I will never forget years and years and years ago, I went to the dentist. I think I had a root canal or something. And the next day, the dentist called me and said, I just want to check on you. How are you feeling? And I was shocked. And I remember thinking, he's the best dentist in the whole world, right? Well, I did that for a while. I would call my clients and say, how are you doing? I didn't keep up with it. And yet what I found is that sending an automated email sequence has been massively successful for me. So after that first session, I just start them on the sequence and I send them an email and it says the same thing to everyone is, I enjoyed working with you today. Please let me know how you're feeling after our session. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. That's simple. I would say 20% of the time I get responses, but that's okay. I know they get it. There are things and then I wait like a week between emails, and there are things like, hey, if this helped you, I would love a Google review and we can share with others about the power of hypnosis and a link to my Google review page. I give them reminders on what we worked on in the session, say your affirmations, listen to your audio, remember to thought stop, whatever it is that we worked on. I have a different one for athletes than I do for general clients. I give them discounts. I say, hey, I haven't, I guess with the discount, I say, hey, I really enjoyed working with you. This is like 3 emails down. If you want to come back and you schedule a session in the next 2 weeks, I will give you 10% off. And then a couple emails down, I say, is there anyone that you can think of that could get the life changes that you've gotten? If you send me a referral, I'll give you this much off your next session, or after 4 referrals, I'll give you a kickback of $100 or whatever it is. But my email sequence has gotten clients to come back again and again and again and again. And I know because I worked in marketing for years before I was a stay-at-home mom and then got into hypnosis. And I remember, and I'll never forget this, it's easier to keep a client than get a new client. And it truly is easier to keep a client than get a new client. So if you can get a client to come back for refresher sessions or to come back to you again because you had some good success with them, that is your key to a consistent flow of clients, because they will continue to come back for you. My athletes come for 4 sessions in the beginning, and I would say 75% of them come back either monthly or when a new season starts, or when a tournament is big or the next year. But I have consistent athletes that come to me year after year after year after year and month after month. So, and that's because they keep getting these reminders saying, hey, you might need a touch up. Mental training is like physical training. The more you work it, the stronger it gets, right? And that's exactly how it works. Did someone want to say something? I thought I saw go ahead if you have any comments or questions. Oh, Melanie said she was in
Yeah, I was
sales.
just gonna say, I sent a newsletter for 2 years that educates them on all the different ways that hypnosis can help people. And that really, not only does it get people coming back for different issues, but it gets them referring for other things, because they may not realize at all that I could help with, say, test anxiety, but their niece is, going for their, whatever it is. And they're like, oh my gosh, can you help her? Yes, I can. Just here's my calendar. Text this to her right now. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. It works.
Many people don't have any idea what we can help them with.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I was just
All
going
right.
to remark that one thing you said is so true is the ability to ask the right questions is really the key to success because, any good intervention always starts with a good interview.
Mhm. Yeah, true. I don't even do hypnosis in my first session. It's all about figuring out what it is what's holding them back and what it is that they want to be and create. I used to, but what I learned is that, and we'll talk about this, I can talk about this now, is when I started offering programs and packages. Because my first, I would say, couple years in the business, I wanted to get everything done as quickly as I could because I thought it was too expensive for them and I didn't want to charge too much. And I would be like, okay, yes, I can see you for this and we'll do it in a session, right? And then you try to smash everything into a session and nothing is successful. It's successful, but not as successful as it could be because there's just too much work. And now I tell my clients, in order to do it properly, we are looking at 4 sessions, or in order to do it properly, release all the emotions before we do the weight loss, you're looking at 8 sessions. And now it's like there's not a rush. And so for that first session, I just don't do hypnosis. It was always felt too rushed to me. And it's more about creating that, the contract that I make with people, and that's their who they want to be, who they want to step into when we're done working together. So I do a contract with every client, and that's that version of them. Like mine is, I am a powerful, loving, giving leader. And I create one of those with every client that I see. I have them fill in, I am a blank, blank, blank hypnotist, man, woman, entrepreneur, baseball player, wrestler, whatever it is. And I have them fill it in and I say, this isn't who you believe you are. So if you believe that you are successful, then that won't be in there. This is that person, that version of you that you want to step into. So I am a blank, 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 and then end. And every single one of my clients walks away from their first session with their contract. And I have found that it's been incredibly powerful in any session that I do. Let's see. Go ahead.
Caryn, I'm sorry, could you give the wording for your first follow-up after the first session again? That was super simple and I wanted to write it down.
Oh, okay. Let me go back there. I think I just ask them how they're doing. Let me think. Does anyone remember?
I do. I
How are you
remember.
feeling? What was that? Do you remember?
I remember. Yeah, I enjoyed working with you. Just let me know how you're feeling since the session. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. It's simple, sweet, short. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for reminding us. All right, I am curious programs and packages. I'll finish talking about that real quickly. I know we're running out of time. So, programs, packages, super easy. Changed my business. I will offer a full package for a certain price or installments for whatever, 3 installments at. And can they do one-off sessions? No. And I tell them because in order to do it properly, I feel it's important that we get to the root of the issue and then build up that new you. And the last thing I want is for you to walk away and say, hypnosis doesn't work. Because I also know that when something costs money and time, we tend to renegotiate with ourselves. We tend to, and I've seen this with therapists. Like I know my son did it with his therapist is, do I really need to go? I think I'm okay now. I'm not sure I need to do it anymore. So I say it's super important for us to get through the package so that we can do it properly. And so they're not renegotiating because your mind likes to renegotiate. And what'll happen is you're like, that's a really great idea. I need to do this. I need to make the change. And then as the time goes on, we tend to renegotiate with ourselves. So it's super important that we do the entire package, and it's either upfront or a couple installments. All right. I am curious, who is involved in the community where you are either on a board or on a service organization, or go out and do talks and tell people about what you do in hypnosis in your community? Anyone?
I mean, we're not allowed to raise our hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do and what you talk about? Because this is one of the things that I teach in my Attitude of a Champion course. And I give them the exact script. This is what you say. These are the slides you can use. This is, but it's really so simple, right? It's what is hypnosis? How can it help you? Do you want to try it? That's it, right? But
Yeah,
Melanie, would you
and
want to tell
my
us?
my signature speech, so I'll just say, so
Yeah.
besides Hypnosis Education Association, of course, and how we educate the community in that sense generally, mine is speaking to entrepreneurs and doing talks on podcasts and, within the business community, solopreneur community, you could say. And it's educating them about what burnout actually is as a mental syndrome defined by the World Health Organization as unmitigated workplace stress. So I educate them about that, and then I tell them how hypnosis is uniquely positioned to help them to get rid of the number one source of 24/7 stress that's between their own ears. Because all the other ways that, as how to get rid of burnout has nothing to do with reprogramming. So that's my signature speech and how I educate people.
I love it. I love it. And even if I snap my fingers and could give you the magic answer, would you be interested? Because really that's what we can do. So yeah, super. I mean, that has been very successful for me, is getting out there and just telling other people about what I do. And hey, do you want to try it? Because hypnosis is magical, right? And people are afraid of it. And when they really see it's just quieting the mind and working with the subconscious, then they're all about it and they're ready to make those changes. And especially now, I'm finding people are really moving into the natural, all of that, and opening up their minds to it. So anyone else go out and do anything yeah, go ahead, William.
Well, not for a number of years, but for a while. Every so often I book a talk at a civic club, sometimes at a company. And because some companies like have a lunch period where they'll let you come speak. And I would just give, some examples, what you can do with hypnosis, tell them what I do. And then I do a group session. I usually do just a very ordinary progressive relaxation induction. And then at the end, you'd always have these people saying, wow, I could really tell that was, for them, it was a powerful experience, even though it was just a very generalized experience. Then they'd come seek you out for whatever it was they were. And like you said, it might not have been my specialty. It might have been something a little farther out. But if they're really a natural subject, often, let's face it, they're the key to their change.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So I see it's 23 after. I had two other things, and I'll just say them real quickly, is have a client journey, put them through a system, use your email marketing program. Melanie and Sean have an amazing system that I know I created with all of these different programs. And one of these days I'm going to get on it. But to me, like changing it all over, I'm just embracing all of that at the point.
Just breathe. We can help
It's
you.
a free, yeah, just
breathe.
but client system, like programs and landing pages and all of that, which I know you guys offer in your Business in a Box, is huge to make your business easy, right? This gets to be easy. Yeah.
That's the key word right there. We focus on that every day. It's like, okay, so how can we even make this easy?
Well, my overarching
we got an easy button.
We do, but our overarching theme is not just how can we make more money with less work, but how can we help hypnotists to make more money with less admin work and less, hustle and grind. It makes no sense that we have burnt out hypnotists anywhere on the planet. That's my firm belief, right? Chill.
Yeah.
And I really like that you're doing this type of talk for hypnotists, because, a lot of them, they'll do the certifications and they'll go to the conferences and they'll do all these other things, but they're missing, they're afraid, or they don't know really what to do. And more people like you who can show what you're doing practically, and that you're not doing, you're not spending a whole lot of money on it, and that kind of thing, and you know how to carve out the time, and that's so important. So appreciate you sharing that.
Oh, thank you. Yes. And then my last one, I'll get to you just a second, William, is exactly what we just talked about, outsource. if you're not good at something and you don't create videos well, go on Fiverr, go on Upwork, find someone to do it for you. It is worth every single penny to not sit there in front of the computer for 5 days in a row and want to rip your hair out when someone else can do it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that was it. Go ahead,
Don't
William.
ask how, ask who. Who can help
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Awesome. And that's
I
not
was
my
saying,
work.
I'm gonna have to go, but I look forward to seeing many of you in April.
Ah, we can't wait to see you live.
And Karen's gonna
William.
give our keynote.
So looking forward to
All the
Heartland.
presenters like Matt and Sean and Melanie will be there.
Awesome.
And that's what I love about so many of the conferences, like Caryn just said, is I've learned so much at so many conferences I've gone to, because you learn from people who are actually doing it. And let's face it, nobody has it all down.
Right on.
Oh, totally. No,
Right.
collaboration
That's
all
where it's at, man.
day long.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for coming.
much.
And thank you all for showing up.
Yeah.
Really appreciate
Yes.
that. Caryn,
Thank you.
we love
Thank you
you.
all for being here. Good to see your face and good to see you, Taras and Danny. And yeah, it was,
Brilliant.
yep.
All
If you
right,
have
we're
any
gonna
questions or
wrap
any
this up,
comments-
and I know you may not have to hop because you have to hop on a call, but thank
Yeah.
you so much, Caryn.
Thank you for joining us on HEA's Hypno Connect, the podcast by the Hypnosis Education Association, a not-for-profit organization serving the hypnosis community since 1998. Proudly sponsored by Hypno Biz in a Box, the all-in-one platform for building a thriving hypnosis practice without burnout. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow, leave a review, and share it with a fellow hypnotist. Ready to grow with a supportive educational community? Join the HEA today and help us spread the word about the nature, uses, and benefits of hypnosis. Visit us at hypnosiseducationassociation.com. And if you're looking to get started, streamline, or scale your hypnosis business, head on over to hypnobizinabox.com, where you'll attract steady clients, generate reliable income, and be supported by a community of like-minded hypnosis professionals. Until next time, find a hypno buddy, stay inspired, and stay connected to HEA's Hypno Connect.